if I'm correct, hopefully it won't be too long since I post my last video that this one will be uploaded. What I have now is my industrial sewing machine that for the moment is sort of working. If you're keen-eyed and notice that the original throat plate is on here, needle plate, however you want to call it, the feed dogs aren't leveled. So this unfortunately is going to cause some issues. I wasn't able to sew properly, so I put the old one back on. Either myself later on down the track, I'm going to try to position them to the way they're supposed to be, or I'll wait until I have someone come over and fix some of my other equipment. For the meantime though, the way it is now, it's sewing perfectly. So this is a bit of a play around I had. I was able to get this effect with the compensating feet, which was really nice. I really like that. I don't know if I'm going to use it in a project, but, well, yeah. And it's so straight and neat. I love it. But in general, the machine's just working fine. For this fabric, however, if you're going to be working on these, it looks like size 80 needles are probably a little big, so I'm going to need like 70s. But anyway, that's some fabric I got through an op shop. I'll be needing that. But when it comes to the thread, it's not just the needle size, but it's also the size of the hole in the needle, which is important. What I have in front of me, which you can hopefully see most of, are the larger threads that I'll be dealing with. Now I do know that the regular size 70s, 80s and 90s are going to handle the overlocking type thread that I use for my general sort of sewing. But when I'm doing a top stitch, or I want to fix some jeans, or I need to do a little bit of heavier sewing, I need fabric for that. I need thread for that. And that's what these options are in front of me right now. My intention is to use these threads through my projects. So I need to understand what needles I need to move forward. Now, luckily, when I got this machine, I was able to pick up these 3 needles. This sort of just came with all the junk. And these, I believe, are 16-100. So they're going to be an excellent way to find out if I need a larger hole than normal. I have these universal needles, which are for domestic machines, but the sizing, so the 70-10, 80-12, that's generally going to be what you find with industrial machines in a general sense. But what I also have are these ones which have far larger holes in them. And they're going to be very important in discovering if I need to buy Pacific size needles. So to begin with, I'm going to take this thread. Good mark of that. Now I do need to check. So 40-3. I have no idea what that's about. So I'll test this gold stuff. Now this gold stuff is specifically for doing jeans with, for that gold thread. That's what this should be. If it's not, I'm going to be horribly, horribly upset. There's this grey. What's this? So this is 20-3, so it's a different size. Now with this, you'll also have to adjust the bobbin if you're going to be using different size threads, and that's a pretty big headache. Now I came across this stuff at an op shop. It was horribly, and I think it's like Julie King was the previous owner of this, so thank you, Julie. I'll be making good use of this. I intend to use this to make a backpack with. So not knowing anything about it, except that it's a nylon thread. Yep, so that one's done. Actually, I probably should have kept some of the stuff that I off-cut and threw away because it was all over the place. And I'm going to have to get something to properly look at that. Now this is, what is it? ULTIMO bond Tkt40. I believe that's the, anyways, like this 60, whatever. So I'm going to take that as well. This stuff I'm really hoping will do good with my, with holding my bag in place. Or the backpack that I want to make. And there's this stuff. And I believe this is a different thickness, Tkt40. Now I don't specifically need to know what's what with what I'm doing. I just need to know the largest needle. And then when it comes to testing, well, actual sewing, then I sort of need to start worrying. So let's first start off with the jeans. Gold. Now we'll take a number 80 needle, just for your general reference. I will post this through the... Ooh, okay. Alright, so I'll definitely need something a little bigger than that. So let's try the 90 needle. Which I'm hoping has a larger hole in it. But I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm going to say I can get away with a size 90. So what about these things? Ooh, they are so much bigger. See, I'm thinking that this might in fact be... Ooh, I like that. Okay, so this brown one was the 40-3 size. And this is a size 80 needle. Alright, so it looks like it won't actually affect it all that much, which is good. So now there's this Barber Campbell, I think it's called. Nylon bond. Let's go with the 80 again. Okay, that is definitely not going to work. Alright. So I will take out these 110 by 18s. And that is so much bigger. So I run that through there. Yep. So I don't need 130. This is the one I was worried about the most. Now this grey stuff, which is what exactly? 20 by 3. So we'll start off with a 9. Ooh. Not very good. Those were both 80s. So we'll start off with an 80, which that is definitely not going to fit through. I don't like the 90s. So I'm going to try the 110 by 18 and see if that fits. Man, I forgot how thick these needles were. And that one's struggling. Came out easily enough. Well, that's even too big for that one. Alright, let's try these 130s. Ooh, she went in. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, so I am definitely going to need these larger size. So definitely going to need one of those, 1 or 2 packets of those 130s. Oof. Now this Ultra Bond stuff, will it work in an 80? Yeah, I'd probably want to use a size 90 for this, but that's fine. And this looks like it's the more heavy duty stuff. No, it's actually the thinner stuff. Ah. Yeah, so that's traveling quite easily. I'll be able to use that smaller one a lot easier. But this larger one, let's try in a needle size 90. Got in. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay, so I need to buy a couple of packets of the 90s, which is good. I now know that, which I didn't know before. Okay. Oh, this can go away. So it would seem that I need to buy 1 packet of each, or at least packets of each. So the 130s, the 110s, I mean the 120s, I wonder if that'd be enough. Definitely 70s, 80s, and 90s. And these 100s as well. Okay, that's good. Now I won't be buying an extreme amount of each, but I know that I'll be using the 70s a lot since I'll be sewing a lot with the standard thread that's already in this machine. These will be more of occasional things, and I'll probably get one off of these. So for these larger ones, I may only need just one packet. So one packet of this, one packet of this, one packet of hundreds, and multiples of those. But because I am going to be also running through knitwear, the more generalized needles, so the 70s, the 80s, I will have to also get the ones with a rounded tip. Now, while these say rounded sharp, it was more of an impulse buy, these needles, so didn't really get the right ones, but they would still at least do the job. Most of the needles are going to have to be sharp. At the moment, I don't intend to do any leather work, but I'm also intending to buy one packet of the leather needles. I'm thinking I'll probably go with the 130, simply because if I'm going to be sewing leather, it'll be this stuff or it'll be this stuff. That's it. Anyway, I'm going to put an end to this video because I am done rambling and testing out, and I probably should have written half of this down. Anyway, yibbida yibbida.